I'm sorry, guys. It seems empty and don't want you guys to read tonight. Been having network issue. So you guys should try to join back, please. Uh, I was not able to rectify the other one, so I have to start another one. Yeah, you're welcome. I think guys are here. So let's continue our test. So sorry about that. We hope the network will allow us to finish this tonight. Okay, I'm sharing the screen back. Okay, I think. Okay. All right. It's like my screen is visible now, right? Okay. Thank you for joining back. Is my screen visible now? Can you see it? Okay. I think it's visible now. All right. For those here, let's continue. So from what we've just confirmed, the answer to this question is 18. So let's go to the next one. The next one is a fill in the blank space. And the question says the scientific method involves dash and experimentation. The scientific method involves dash and experimentation. So what is the scientific method? What does it entails or involve? What does the scientific method involves? Yes, do we have any clue of what you should write there? Observation, according to Grace. She's saying observation. I think so. We're supporting her, or what else should we write there? Dash and experimentation. Is it observation? Is it correct? Okay, many people are supporting Grace. But I would like us to uh, okay, okay, all right, no problem. So let's go with that. So observation. How do you write it? Are we starting with capital letter O or small letter like this, the way I've written it here? Which is the correct method of writing it? Considering the position, we need to be reminding ourselves some of these rules so that you don't go and mess up in the exam even when you know the answer to the question. Okay, small lowercase, thank you. So that makes sense. So let's move on and then learn spelling. Approximately, how often is the world's population doubling? Science, based on statistics, they've been able to come up with something that this world we are now, the population used to double after some number of years. So how many years? Is it 3,500, 20 years, or 50 years? Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are following. So how many years, based on science, statistics, does the population of the world double? That is the question. In how many years? So if you start counting from now, in how many years time are we going to have the current population of the world doubled? Somebody is saying D, 50 years. Should we go with the person saying 50 years? I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all. Maybe we should go and read if we don't know it. I know the answer, but I won't tell you guys. All right, somebody said we should verify. Okay, that's Madam Naomi. But I'm sure the is not 50 years. It's not 50 years. Okay, I will share. All right, I'm sharing the material now so we can read. I will share the material now so we can read and confirm the answer. Okay, my material is visible. I think we can read now. You probably may not know that one of the most serious adverse effects of science and technology is overpopulation. The world's population is doubling approximately every 35 years. The global population in 1974 was approximately 4 billion. By the year 2006, it is expected to have increased to 6.8 billion. All right. And then this is another thing we should read because there is a question on this particular paragraph too. 75% of the world's inhabitants live in the developing countries, and the highest immediate increment are bound to take place there. What they are trying to say is that up to 75% of the people that are living in the world, they are living in developing countries like Nigeria, like this. You understand? So that means the remaining 35 underdeveloped countries. But the percentage living in developing, that means the ones that are in progress, that are developing, 75%. And what they're trying to say here is that the increment, the way we are saying that the world will double in 35 years, most of those doubling, the product, they are coming from developing countries, which carries 75% of the world's population. So that's what we're trying to say. I hope you guys know the meaning of population anyway. I don't believe there should be anybody that don't know the meaning of the word population. But for the sake of clearing doubts, let's not believe, because there are some things you think that very cheap. Well, you find out that some people don't even know their meaning. So let's check. That is one short classwork. What's the meaning of population? Kindly check and drop in the chat box while we go to select and move on. So the answer is A, 35 years. So Justina, the answer is not 50 years, it's 35 years. After every 35 years, the world's population doubles. The world's population. The next question. What is the primary cause of acid rain? What is the primary cause of acid rain? While I'm looking for that, I want you guys to check the meaning of population. Acid rain, is it caused by deforestation and flooding? Is it accumulation of nitrous oxides and sulfuric oxide in the atmosphere? Or is it oil spills, gas flaring, nitrous oxide and sulfuric oxides? Or is it industrial waste, dirty environment, and sulfuric acid? So, okay, Madam Nami says population is the total of people, total number of people living in a geographical area. Thank you. That makes sense. So, like the next question we are in. So, what's the primary cause of acid rain? Is it obvious, or we should go and check? What will you choose? You guys are not contributing. Is it only Madam Naomi that knows the meaning of population? Okay, question 5B. You guys are already choosing B because you know the answer. Well, the answer is correct actually. So since you know it, we don't need to stress ourselves. That is the answer. The primary cause of acid rain is accumulation of nitrous oxides and sulfuric oxides in the atmosphere. So let's move on. What organization considers the pursuit of peace its long-range target? What organization considers the pursuit of peace its long-range target? Is it WIPO, that is WIPO? Is it World Health Organization? Is it World Bank? Or is it UNESCO? But before you answer this question, I want you guys to look for the meaning of UNESCO and type it in the chat box, please. We need to know the meaning of UNESCO. Yeah, there is a tendency to ask you that in the exam. I don't know, but there's a tendency. So, what's the full meaning of UNESCO? Big Eva is not seeing anything. I think Big Eva should leave the meeting and join back. That is a network flush from your side. You guys are just saying B, 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 B. B to what? Is it question 5 or question what? Peter Gojim and Japhet. You guys are saying B. B to what? Which question? Always add the question number there before you indicate the answer. If it's 5, you put 5. If it's 6, okay. Now we're on question 6 actually. We've answered question 5 already. We're now on question 6 that says, which one of these consider the pursuit of peace a long-range target? And I asked us to help us check the meaning of UNESCO. Dora has given us that. It stands for United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. If you remember, we have done this before. We've done the meaning before in one of the classes. I just want to refresh your brain. That's why I ask you to look for it. Look for the meaning yourself. It's only Big Eva and Dora that are in class now that can respond to the full meaning of UNESCO. If you like, be joking with yourself. If they ask you in the exam, you better know what to write. That is the correct word. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. And they are the one that are in charge of the pursuit of peace. So the answer is D. Yes, Sule Grace likes the answer is D. And I think I'll go with D too. Big Ever says my screen is dark. It's from your side. Please leave the meeting entirely and join back. It's your network that is doing that. The screen is very visible. I can confirm that from here. So we are going with option D. Then next, Democritus proposed that matter is made up of dash. Matter is made up of dash. What is matter made up of? I know all of us should, let me not generalize, but I want to believe that major of us should know the meaning of matter by now, because even in your elementary science you did the meaning of matter. So I think let's do a very short classwork before we read about Democritus from the material. What is the meaning of matter? You don't need to go and check dictionary for this. If you are checking dictionary, if I catch you, just type there the meaning of matter. Okay, some are saying atom, some are saying mass. I have a new person here. Nsika, is it Okon? Atom. Fine. Atom. Well, Dora is also going for atom. But that is not the classwork I'm giving you guys now. What is the meaning of matter? That is the question we are asking ourselves now. What is the meaning of matter? Matter is anything that has weight. Thank you, Big Eva. Matter is anything that can occupy space. Thank you. You guys are giving us the meaning little by little. I want somebody that will compress it together. Anyways, let's start reading about the man Democritus, which reigned between the year 460 before the birth of Christ, but we don't actually know when his reign ended, but we know when he began reigning in 460 before Christ. That was when he started reigning. And about this man, he was a disciple of Leucippus, who is credited with the founding of the atomic theory or the doctrine of matter. He became the ableist. Okay, that's another word you should learn tonight. What's the meaning of ableist? Please check it, and type it there. I've highlighted it for you guys. He became the ableist and best known interpreter of the atomic theory, according to Dampier in 1989. I hope you guys can see the word I highlighted. What's the meaning? Let's stop the meaning of matter for now. I believe even if we don't ask you guys to type the meaning of matter, you all know what matter is. But this is a word we are likely not, or we don't know before. We likely don't know before. So let's check now so that we learn a new word today. What's the meaning of ableist? All right, while you are doing that, let me continue reading. All right, Dora is the first person to drop that. I think I will share cards tonight. Some people are doing excellently well tonight. At least according to Dora, is the superlative form of able. Wow. Meaning it means the most capable, skilled, or competent among a group. Thank you. That makes sense. That's a very nice definition. According to Madam Naomi, okay, that is for Mata. Akinola Kodri is saying talented. Thank you. That is synonym. Well, that is good. And those giving us full definition. Justina says Mata is okay. You guys are still on Mata. According to Unsuka Okon, ablis me is a superlative form of. If you guys have learned the meaning of the word, whether it's ableist or anything they call it. I don't know the right pronunciation there, but that is, but it means talented, it means capable, the most talented, and then the most capable among a group of individuals. So he proposed that matter is made up of atoms and they are infinite in number and too small to be perceived by the senses. He said that atoms differ in size, some bigger, some smaller, and that there is empty space between them. According to him, everything new is produced from a combination of atoms, and that death, what's wrong with my mouse? Like my mouse is almost dead now. And that death or sensation takes place when atoms separate. This is the man's theory. Let's finish his theory before we move on. So you can see that even the atomic theory was known in the ancient times. This effort of the Greeks to explain the basic component of matter is important in the history of science thought. This is because they try to reason and to explain it in seemingly simpler terms. So the man Democritus was one that talked about atom as far back as the ancient times, and he said that matter is made up of atoms. So what is the correct thing we are to write here? Let's go back to our mock site. What's the correct thing to write here? Is it okay? If you're writing atom, how are we going to write it? Kindly write the correct answer in the chat box so that I'll pick from the ones you provide, and we'll write our final answer. So how do we answer it? We already know what Democritus says about matter. Okay, Big Eva is the first person, and he said atom all in small letter. Unsukat supported him. Dora is saying atom, but the A should be in capital letter. Kadri is saying the A should be in small letter. Everything is small letter. Okay, majority carries the vote. So many people are going for small letter. Big Eva is changing his mind because Dora wrote with capital letter A. Big Eva now want to marry Dora, and then he's trying to switch to the behavior of Dora by going with capital. He already made a choice before, but now he's like he's changing his choice because of Dora. Dora and Big Eva, you guys should send us the invitation for your wedding. So I will go with the majority, but you guys are saying atom, atom, atom. I thought the material said atoms, the plural form. I thought it's in plural form. So why are we just saying atom, atom, atom? It should be in the plural form. That matter is made up of atoms. Okay. Miriam is claiming to be the first person to have given us the answer. Sorry, Miriam, I did not see your answer. Or maybe it came in late. So let's move on. Science is concerned with the dash word. Science is concerned with the dash word. What is most suitable to fill in that gap? These questions are new questions. They are not the popular ones in the question bank. What's the correct answer? We have so many places where they use consign, but most of them they are under logic. You should not forget that logic is also part of this course material. We will get there. We will get there in our reading. Big Eva is going for experiment. I don't know if that is the answer. Who is supporting Big Eva? And we need to see how many people are in support before we choose to go with him or not. Well, all the places that they mentioned concerned in the material, not directly talking about science, most of them logic. So, well, I think the question should be talking about the nature of the world that science is concerned, maybe like physical world or natural. Thank God, somebody used the word natural world. Thank you. Unsuka, that is a nice one. I think you have a card already. I don't know if that is correct answer anyway. But if you submit and that is the correct answer, I will give you a card. You are the first person to suggest the word natural. I was just beginning to think that it should be the form of the world that they are studying, maybe physical world or terrestrial world. But since you're giving us the word natural, I think we'll go with you. So let's go with Unsuka natural, the natural world. So next, which of these is a formal science? I think we've done this before. Let me just give a brief explanation. You know, we say we have formal sciences and we have the other type of sciences. But the formal science is the one that follow a prescribed set of rules. The validity, it must be valid. So once you have to follow some set of rules before you achieve an operation, you are using formal sciences. What is the most common example of formal science? We've done this in one of the last class, so I will not go to the material again. What is the correct answer to this question? Which of these is a formal science? Botany, mathematics, zoology, medicine. Mathematics class captain is the first person to answer. I think we'll start rewarding first answers now. Mathematics, AY is supporting Grace. In fact, tonight is a night to match people together. If AY is not married, I'm dashing you Grace. You guys should send us invitation for your wedding. Insuka, okay, she's just thanking me. Sadiq Miriam is going for mathematics. Big Eva already has a girlfriend. Dora is his girlfriend, so I will not give you Miriam. I will look for another husband for you. Don't worry. Thomas Sarki is going for zoology. A knock. Everybody give him a knock on the head. Give Thomas a knock. Thomas, I think it's Thomas that used to doubt, Abi. I think he was doubting which one is the answer. That is why he did not believe you guys. He has to go for his own zoology. All right, so the answer is mathematics. Let's just go with those that go with B. Like the first person that gave us that was our class captain, Grace. So mathematics. Dora also said B. All right, thank you. Now, this is the next question. What belief dominated biology during Darwin's time? What belief dominated biology during Darwin's time? Is it catastrophism? Catastrophism. This one will not allow me to bite my tongue, oh Jesus. Is it catastrophism or natural theology or evolutionary theory or spontaneous generation? Which theory dominated Darwin's time? God's power says B. I think you are still referring to the former question. We are now on question 10, I think. And now on question 10. So what belief dominated biology during Darwin's time? This time around, always put the number before you put the correct answer. Grace is still going for A on question 9. We have passed question 9 already. We're now on question 10. What's the correct answer to that question? 10. The belief that dominated biology during Darwin's time. Uh, from what I know, but no, 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 let me not tell you guys. Come up with your answers yourself. While you are looking for, okay, no, no, come up with your answer first before we. Yes, I'm waiting for you guys. What should we choose as the correct answer? Okay, Dora is going for B. AY is going for evolution theory. Grace is going for A. Hey, Jesus. We've chosen all the options already. Somebody chose A, somebody chose B, somebody chose C and D. Okay. I think we should go and read about the man Darwin. What did they write about him in the material? Probably we are going to get something from him. We may need to read a lot about this man. Okay, let's do some readings here. All right, the material. It will show very soon on your screen, so we'll start reading. I know the answer, but I want you guys to see it yourself. So let's this to get this answer is not a direct answer from the material. We need to read a lot. So go with me. But while we are reading, I want you guys to help me look for the meaning of something before we move on with the reading. Originally, before we have looked for the meaning of the word spontaneous. It's part of the word in your word bank now. I can remember that because I think I know of the time we look for the meaning of that word along with renaissance. We've looked for the meaning of renaissance before. We've looked for the meaning of spontaneous before. Now you help me to look for the meaning of speculated. That is what you want to look for now. Look for the meaning of the word speculated while I start reading the evolution before Darwin. Ever since the beginning of recorded history, man has speculated on the origin of life. In ancient times, it was generally believed that organisms originated spontaneously from non-living matter. First, the ancient Egyptians believed that rats came from garbage. Renaissance scientists knew better than this, but in the 17th and 18th centuries AD, after the death of Christ, it was widely believed that bacteria, microorganisms, which were discovered in 1676, originated spontaneously. It was only in 1862 that Louis Pasteur disproved once and for all the theory of spontaneous generation. Dora says speculated means guessed. That is just the most suitable one you can give it in synonyms. So it's only Dora that knows the meaning of speculated. Have you ever wondered how the earth come to be populated by a great variety of organisms? The search for explanations has proved to be challenging. The answers have been found to point to one direction, that is to evolution, which means the progressive change of living things through time. Evolution means the progressive change of living things through time. Please write it there in the chat box. This is a question in your question bank. There is a question like this. I said the popular meaning of the word evolution is dash. Then they'll give you options. Well, the correct answer is the progressive change of living things through time. That is evolution. Now, the idea of evolution was not originated by Darwin in the 19th century, as some people think. Some ancient philosophers observed that organisms ranged from very simple to relatively complex ones. Each group of organisms, according to them, was created by God. Modern individuals of each group trace their ancestry to the individual created by God. The Judeo-Christian culture also promoted such thinking. Most early scientists believed fully that each kind of organism, with all its individual adaptations, was created by God. They studied these organisms, their structures, and the relationships between them as a way of learning more about the Creator. In the 17th century, for example, the English scientist clergyman question in the question bank that say, who is John Ray? John Ray is an English scientist man, or an English scientist man, anyone you call it. Now, he clearly declared his belief that each kind of animal and plant had remained unchanged from the day it was created. The doctrine of fixed species, or it was never convincingly challenged before. During Darwin's time, this is where we are going to. You guys should follow me closely. This is where the answer to your question is. Before we read that, let me check what AY says. AY says that speculated means to guess or form an opinion about something without having full facts or proof. Thank you. Dora having issues with her keyboard. If the chat will be much. Well, thank you for those that chat meaning of evolution. Now let's go to the answer to our question. Time, comma. Biology was dominated by natural theology, written in black and white. Written in black and white. During Darwin's time, biology was dominated by natural theology. The natural theologians believed that the variations and adaptations of organisms prove that each species was fashioned by God for a particular purpose. Besides, they believed that the earth was only a few thousand years old. For them, this was not long enough for significant evolutionary change. So they ask you a question, what is your own view of the matter? Do you believe that the earth was created by God? Do you believe it came through creationism or the doctrine of fixed species? Do you believe it came through spontaneous generation? So which one of them do you support? Let's have your answers. Which one do you support? How do you think the earth and all these organisms we have and everything living on the earth came about? Do you believe the story of creation, which is the aspect of God being the one that created them? Or do you support spontaneous generation, that everything just came up like that on its own? Why the Egyptians were saying that rat came from garbage? Do you believe it came through creationism or the doctrine of fixed species? Which one do you support? Dora is the first person to support, and she supported God as the creator. Big Eva, which is her husband to be, is also supporting God. Sadiq Miriam, who is here to get a husband yet in this class, is supporting a God, one small God. That is what she's supporting. I don't know the God she's supporting, but her own God started with small letter G. Hazan, Tomilola Hazan is also supporting small God. Small God. I don't know the God they are talking about. Japhet Lawal was created by God, and it was God. Thank you, Japhet. AY is going for God. Sadiq Miriam said God is a creator. Well, your own God is starting with small letter, so I don't know. The God I know started with big capital letter. So Thomas Sariki is going for, okay, that is the evolution meaning. Okay, he's also going for God. And then I think Tomilola Hazan, I don't know if it's a she or he, whoever, has corrected him or herself to the big God now, capital letter God. Thank you. So we've gotten the answer. I think we are now good to go to the correct answer. Let's go back and select the correct answer. I don't want to stretch you guys too long because sincerely you've been trying in your reading group all since 9. So let's not go too far. The correct answer is option B. Okay, let me ask for your opinions. I don't want to decide for you. Should we continue? Can you suggest the number we should stop? We have 50 questions. We are just done with 10. Should we stop here so that you go and relax for those that are going to work and so on? Or should we continue? Can you tell us the number you want us to stop? Sadiq Miriam is saying I should stretch them. Oh, sorry, stress them. And I think it's because Sadiq Miriam is not having a boyfriend yet. Dora will not say the same thing. Big Eva will not say the same thing because they need to meet after this class to consummate and talk about their wedding. Okay, Oluwafumi is supporting question 20. Dora is supporting question 15. AY say we should continue. I think let's just continue since most people are saying we should continue. When we get to a place we are tired, we all talk. Now, pre-Socratic philosophers focus on the origin of the dash. Pre-Socratic, like Socratic philosophers, they focus on the origin of dash. The origin of what? Origin of what? Is it I think there was a place I saw that Socratic whatever. Yes, what do we go for? Okay, guys, let's go and read about them. I think their story will be very interesting. Let's read about them briefly. Yes, Big Eva is having work tomorrow, so we'll stop. You see, it's good to have a boyfriend though and a girlfriend. You see that both Dora and Big Eva they came up with the same number of questions. All right, pre-Socratics. These people were known as natural philosophers because they engaged themselves with the study of nature and the origin of the world. The origin of the world. The origin of the world. I think that is what we are looking for. The origin of the world. So we don't need to read more. Let's just go back to our mock site and write the correct answer, which is word. The origin of the world. Thank you, Thomas Saiki. That's correct. So I think we are good to go. Let's move on. The next question says the Egyptian calendar was later modified by Julius Caesar and who? Caesar and who? Or is it Caesar or Caesar, anyone you call him? Caesar and who modified the calendar, the Egyptian calendar? Is it Pope Gregory III, Aristotle, Darwin, or Easton? Which of them? Which of them modified the calendar? I think it's time we read a bit. Let's not mod. Somebody is saying science. Insikak, where do you see science? Which question are you referring to as science? All right, let's read some funny facts here before we select the one we are here to select. I think there are a lot of funny facts here, which, okay, is a summary of the whole units. All right, let's get some new facts tonight. Let's learn some new things tonight under this summary. Science originated in Egypt and Babylonia, which is present-day Iraq. So science was originated in Egypt and Babylonia. So Babylon is now Iraq. So if you have been looking for Babylon, Babylon, where is that place they call Babylon? Is now Iraq. Now Egyptian priest scholars established a kind of school known as the Egyptian Mystery System schools, where the known where every known disciple was taught by the priests. Evidence of the Egyptian origins of mathematics and medicine can be found in the Rhind mathematical papyrus and the Edwin papyrus respectively. Babylonians developed the most descriptive astronomy of the ancient world. They were the first, that is Babylonians, they were the first to divide the day into hours, minutes. This is a question. They asked this particular sentence. It's part of the question in the question bank. That the Dash were the first to divide the day into hours, minutes, and seconds, and also as the Babylonians. So the Egyptian is the origin of Western philosophy. That is also a question in the question bank. Dash philosophy is the origin of Western philosophy. Philosophy is the origin of Western philosophy. Thence can be found in the writings of ancient Greeks, Pythagoras, and from modern historians and James Henry Breasted. Now, pre-Socratics named the original stuff from which all things originated and to which they return. The water by taste of Miletus. Now, please, each of these names we want to start mentioning and what they are attributed to. It's even good if you can cram them, if you can chew them. They do ask questions on them. So the pre-Socratic philosophers that we're talking about, each of them have what they believe as the origin of life and where life will go back to. The origin of life and where life will go back to. According to Tales of Miletus, to him, the origin of life is water. So all of us in this world now, we came from water and we will go back to water, according to Tales of Miletus. According to Alexander, it is infinite or infinite, any way you call it. We came from infinite something that have no end and cannot be ascertained. So that is Alexander. We came from infinite something. According to Pythagoras, he's a mathematician. Everything came from number. So you, like this, as a human being, you came from number based on the logic and idea of Pythagoras. Pythagoras believed we came from numbers. Heraclitus was one that believed that we came from divine fire. Divine fire. That is the origin, the origin of life, based according to Heraclitus. Now, by Democritus, we came from atoms. All these are pre-Socrates, people that came before Socrates, the philosopher, reigned. Now, Socrates enriched science with universal definitions and inductive reasoning. Socrates was one that enriched science with universal definitions and inductive reasoning. That means a kind of definition that everybody can now agree to. Why Plato? Plato formulated the idea of negative numbers. These are facts you need to know. Like, you should just know them as normal things that are happening in the world, not even for the sake of exam alone. They will test you on this part, but even beyond exam, these are facts you should be able to register in your mind. That the man Plato was one that invented negative number. That is how I now having -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and so on. Then Aristotle wrote books on almost all the areas of knowledge: biology, zoology, physics, astronomy, etc. The man Aristotle is in fact, he's a scientist that covered so many fields, like you can see there. Now, scientific innovation began to decline in the Roman Empire. So when you are asked where the scientific innovation began to decline, Empire of those days. Then to our question, the calendar invented by the Egyptians was modified further by Julius Caesar and Pope Gregory III. What is now our final answer? Oh, our time is up. The exam will end very soon. So I think the final answer is A. So let's submit our exam. The final answer is A. Let's submit because time is up. We have exhausted our 60 minutes. So I want to submit now. Oh, I think we have let's see if we can still see the result. Okay, what we've just done now, we scored 66%. Let's review it if it's still possible. Okay, yes, we can still review it. And this is the review. Oh, sorry, I have not started sharing the screen. I'm sorry, I will share the screen now so you can see it. Let's see the correct answers. So we answered 11 questions and we got all the answers correctly. So everything we've chosen or we've written down, they are all correct. They are all correct. That is nice. This is a wonderful one. So everything we've selected or we've written down, put them in mind. They are all the correct answers. So according to this now, this is a recap. The correct answer is truly observation and so on and so forth. You guys can see that this mock site is now looking sweet. It's looking more friendly, more. In fact, I love it now. You can enjoy it now. So try to register if you have not registered. Start preparing on your own. It's the same thing we are doing here. You should do too. When you see a question which you can't really relate to, you don't even know how they come about it, go to your material, look for the answer. By so doing, you are reading. By the time you do mock for like 4 or 5 times on the course, you would have covered your material on that course. So please, don't waste your time. I was thinking we should relent before, but when I see what they are doing to POP students this semester, it means none has truly upgraded their standard. They are not joking with anybody now. So please don't allow anybody to tell you to relent. Normally, e-exam is not easy, but the way they are now even making the standard to be tougher, it means you have to prepare more than those who have done it before, so that you can even pass as much as they did in their own time. Thank you all for attending tonight. I think we can stop here. We'll see if tomorrow will be convenient for us, and we'll move to. I want you guys to fix a date where we can do our Zoom reading. That Zoom reading where everybody with his own book or our own book. Please, you guys should. If Grace and Dora, if they are still here, go and create a pool in the class. Create a pool in the class. Let everybody vote. When will it be convenient? The day and the time. You guys should let me know. So we'll host it. You know that one is not long. It's just 40 minutes. So let's see the day is going to be convenient. That one you will choose the material you like on your own. Then very soon I will hold some sections on your marks. The reason why I'm not burdening on those your mark 111, mark 113 is that those ones, even if you are somebody that is exposed without reading them, you can go and try it and you see scale like 15/70 without reading them at all. Even from just seeing picking obvious answer like Madam Naomi will say, you can pass those ones. But you see these GSTs, they are the notorious ones. Those ones that are your main courses, your mass communication courses that you are doing, all the MAC that you are doing, they are cheap, they are easy to pass. So the ones that are hard, those are the ones I'm focusing more on. We still do those marks too. Don't think we will not do them. But these ones, you really need these ones, especially this just 105. So create the pool. Let's see the day we are going to do our group reading. Thank God the last one went well. even though some people were trying to make noise, but thank God we're able to curb them, and everything went well. So we hold this season two once you guys decide the time and the date. Wonderful night rest. God bless you for joining tonight. Enjoy the rest of your night. Bye bye. Those of you that have not liked this video, go and like it before you go. Only 3 people have liked it. It's not fair. Oh, if you would not like this thing we are doing, give it a thumbs up. Not in the chat, not that love. Go and like the ongoing section before you leave. Thank you.